Today, we will focus on the requirement for copyright to subsist in a work and focus specifically on the requirement of originality. The Act does not provide a definition for originality, and therefore we have to investigate what the court has to say about originality. It seems that it does not need to be inventive, or a work doesn't need to be new, and the bar for originality is set quite low. In the Klep case, the court indicated that for a work to be original, it should not be copied, and it must be created by an author's own independent skill and effort. So it must be created through the sweat of the brow of the creator or of the author. According to the court, this is a factual inquiry. So firstly, what needs to be proven is that the work indeed constitutes a work. So in other words, that the creative endeavor constitutes a work. And this is an objective assessment whether someone has produced something of substance. If that is then indeed the case, the second question pertains to whether this something of substance, this creative endeavor that can constitute a work, is then original. And in terms of originality, the independent contribution of the author will be assessed. So sometimes a complete work is original. It is the creation of the author and of the author alone through his own endeavors. But there are also works that are derived from existing material, and they are called derivative works. But it is important to note that these derivative works are not merely a copy of the existing material with some minor changes and alterations, but that this derivative work contains in itself some original matter. In the Waylight case, the court reiterated that originality constitutes material, although from existing material, but material that is not commonplace, and that the quality of the individuality, even if existing material was used, must be sufficiently distinguishable from the commonplace or from the existing material. And although time and effort spent on a product can be indicative of the originality or that effort of the sweat and the brow of the author, ultimately it will be a value judgment whether a work is original or not. In the Klep case, the case about the new design of a previous valve, the court said just because this work emanates from another author or from existing material does not necessarily mean that the derivative work has been copied. But this derivative work must display the original skill and labor of its author. So, in terms of existing or derivative works, it seems that it must be distinguishable from the original, and the author must demonstrate his or her own contributions to this new work. And that these contributions must be independent. It must show something of the sweat of the brow, this original effort by the author, even though this work was based on commonplace or this work was based on existing material.